It's time! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Youth Lounge podcast. It is Wednesday, it's 3 p.m., so you know what it is. We're going to be talking to you about the things that young people talk about. And of course, every week, it's us. Although it hasn't been the four of us in a while. We got my boy Nick over here. We got the boy Zahid here. Man was absent last week, but he's back now. Unfortunately, Erica had some prior commitments, so it is what it is. But we move, man. Today we're gonna be talking about greener pastures. You know, everyone has this idea in their minds that maybe if we move away, maybe if we leave South Africa and go to Europe, Canada, the US, those ones, is life is gonna be better. Our lives are gonna immediately improve. Um, Personally, I believe that as well. I know it's not going to be easy, but it is what it is. So Nick, greet the people, man.
Wagwan, what's good, my fellow peoples? Um, just to put it out there, obviously, my opinion, grass is greener, but like obviously it will come with the challenges. But we'll get into all of that. Um, if my audio is bad today, it's because I cannot find my head earphones, and I've been looking for them for the past 10 minutes. But it's fine. We move.
Hey,
Um, yeah.
yeah. Of course, we're not doing this alone. We got the boy Zahid, and I don't know if there's technical difficulties or whatever, but we keep seeing someone named Studio pop up. But yeah, Zahid, greet the people, man.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You're not going to see my face today. I hope you don't mind. It's because I'm totally bald, not ready to go on camera like that. So yeah,
Thanks.
there's no hair. So there's no
Nah,
It's
come
hair.
alright, bro.
on.
It's
Uh,
alright. It's alright. We move, man. It
I'm
is what
trying to
it
see.
is.
I'm trying to see bold Zaid. On God, I'm trying to see that. That's like
no,
my
I
number
did see
one
your
thing.
status like a few days ago, and I was like, just go for it.
Yeah. But
No, no.
yeah. So grass is green on the other. But before we get into the conversation, we ask you, the audience, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Youth Lounge.
We're
Please,
trying to
bro.
get
We
that.
know you.
Trying to get
We
that
know.
100 subscribers, bro. On God,
Yeah, bro. We're
we're
stuck
getting
on
there.
40.
We're
What's
getting there
going
slowly.
on?
We're getting
We
there.
were
What's
getting
going?
there quite
We're
quickly,
getting
and
there.
then
We're
I don't
getting
know,
there,
the
and
people
now we've
just
hit a
left us.
plateau. So
We're
just
Yeah,
stuck
man,
on
the
40 now.
trajectory was going well, and then something just happened. Y'all just stopped. But we know you're enjoying the videos. These videos are getting more views than there are subscribers. So please subscribe to the Youth Lounge podcast. You know we bring you bangers every week, and yeah, man, let's get into it. So who's gonna go first? Cause I prefer to go last on this one. It's a deeper thing. It has me thinking and everything.
let me take the stage. Okay. So
Go for it.
let me set the scene because there's a scene. Okay. You've just, let's say, just come out of high school.
Mm.
You took a gap year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not I personally I'm not going to take a gap year, but you take a gap year. You go overseas to some other place. Let's say Italy because I'm here now. Let's say Italy. Okay, you go to Italy. You stay there for a year, and you're like, damn, this place is nice. Now I want to live here forever. Like, there's no problems. Like, everything is so much better than SA. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing can go wrong here, right? So then you come back to SA. You pack your stuff, or obviously while you're in Italy, you apply for an Italian university or whatever
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want
yeah, 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 yeah.
to go to university or whatever. You get in. Hey, hey, hey,
Man
hey.
comes in with the hoodie and that.
The hoodie is staying on. I just thought it would be
She.
great to have the camera on, but yeah, we're keeping this hoodie on.
You're growing a
Anyways,
beard,
do
I see.
continue, Nick.
You're growing a little
Yeah.
beard, I see.
Sheesh.
Looking
Is
fresh.
others
Looking.
might disagree. They say it's shedding. So
Oh
yeah,
well,
they wait
it's
for.
it's better than
Anyhow,
what I have. I have one hair. I have one.
That's cold.
And
Yeah, just wait till it starts. Just wait till it starts.
I've been grooming this little hair for about 3 weeks. So it's
That's
fine.
Wow.
pain.
Uh,
That's sad. That's sad. To hear
how's it
that,
fun?
that is sad.
I will relax. I just can't go
You were
hating.
setting the scene, bro. You were setting the scene.
Oh yeah,
Continue.
Yeah,
okay.
where were we?
The scene.
We were finishing high
So,
school.
Yeah, we
yeah.
finished high school, applied to
You
Italian
apply to the
university.
Italian university, you get into that university, you're gassed now. You're like, I'm gonna start a whole new life. I will have no problems, make new friends. I will like yeah, you think basically it's just gonna be a perfect life. You get to Italy, boom, you're broke. Okay.
Why are we
Exchange rates,
broke?
bro.
Shouldn't we have
No.
planned that
Currency, bro.
like
Like
a
you can
long
be
time
rich
ago?
here but poor
Yeah,
there. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
it's a
let's say
different thing.
you get to Italy, you're rich rich, you have money, right? And now you start spending, because you're like, oh, I'm in Italy, I may as well buy this. Oh, I may well buy that. Oh, it's only €4. That's like 4 rand. So let me buy it real quick. Keep in mind they're not putting through like 1 euros, 19 rand, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough. And then boom, they broke. There's your first problem.
Okay.
Second problem, right? Obviously, that's now a you thing. So that doesn't really contribute to grass is greener. But you get to Italy, right? You can't speak Italian. Now there's a problem. Now you cannot talk to this person, right? Because where I'm staying, these people can hardly speak any English. Then, or for here, right, you need a green pass, which is like your vaccination certificate. But it's different. So you need to apply for a green pass here, right? And you need to carry it everywhere. You need to sit down, so you get to Italy, you don't have a green pass, so you can't sit in any restaurants. You can't sit. You can go to malls, but if they check and you don't have it, they'll escort you out, whatever. Like there's stuff that type of stuff. Okay, so then there's that. Then there's passports. Then there's this. Then there's so what I'm trying to say, right? Scene is now done. What I'm saying, grass may look greener on the other side, and some aspects of said grass, right, is greener. But at the same time, every patch of grass comes with its little problems, right? SA, we're just used to those problems.
Exactly.
And we just know those problems.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we're used to them. Like load shedding, that none of us are used to or whatever. But
I live with it.
we know the problems. You don't know another country's problems or whatever. So you'll think the country is perfect just based off you had a holiday there and it was good, right? So you go live there now. Is this thing happens, this thing happens, and now you're like, well, okay, it's better than SA, but I didn't think there'd be this many problems or whatever like that. So that's my understanding. Like the grass is greener, but there's still that little patches of yellow, or those little patches of yellow are the problems.
But I think, honestly speaking, everything you mentioned there is something you can prepare for or avoid. The overspending,
I know.
the
I couldn't.
overspending because like the currency
Yeah.
difference
Yeah.
there's a
That's
currency
what
difference.
that's why I
That's
was like,
easily avoidable. I
the
mean, that's
spending
easily
part,
avoidable.
that's easily avoided, right?
And then
That's
the language barrier thing, you can
just
very well
Move to the
overcome
UK.
that before. Yeah, you can
move to
very
the
well
UK
overcome.
soon.
That's also a solution. That's also a solution. But you can
Okay,
very
yeah.
well
Okay, fine. If we're
learn the
good, if we're
language before
talking,
you go.
if we're talking about moving to the UK, then you have to deal with Brexit problems.
It's fine, dog. Like you can do
No,
your research on these things,
obviously, I'm
and
saying
then
it's
you.
fine. Bruv, I'm saying it's fine, right? Obviously,
Nah,
you're going to deal with these problems. But I'm saying, right, that the grass is greener,
yeah.
but there are still problems that
Nah, wait.
Yeah, it's no problem.
people won't think about.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, bro. Like your problem, the problems that you're describing are things you can
Yes, I
either
know. They're more
avoid.
like
No, wait,
difficult.
let me finish.
You can
Damn,
avoid. Yeah, I know. You
God,
don't have to make. You
let
don't
me
have to point out
finish.
where I went wrong. I know where I
Uh,
went wrong.
Yeah,
It,
bro, you
it,
like you were listing things that you can
that
easily
you can.
overcome or
Yeah, yeah,
avoid
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in preparation. Like you don't have to like when I think about the challenges of moving to a completely different continent, there are things like culture shock. Like it's it's a whole different space. So maybe the way you talk here, your dialect, your slang, everything you say here, it doesn't necessarily match the way they talk over there. Um and with language, like maybe you learn the language but in a formal way, and then there are words and phrases that you are not necessarily capable of using because like you don't know them too well or you don't understand them very well. On top of that, there's also things like the environment. Like temperature isn't the same everywhere. Like there are different climates and everything. So if you go to a place like the UK, Italy, and all these places, it's cold as hell, bro. Like Europe is cold as hell. Like those guys stack their windows, bro. You have a window for the inside and the outside. That's how you know it's bad over there.
Wait, Nick, did
It's
you get some snow
danger.
recently?
That is actually true. Huh?
Did you get
It's
some snow?
danger over there.
Did I
Like
get
it's
some?
cold as hell.
Some
So,
snow. I
Yeah, yeah. For
but
sure.
that is
exactly
very
like
strange.
the
Why?
different climates and everything.
Aren't they like getting
Um,
into summer or something?
Snow isn't. Snow is overrated, dudes. Snow is overrated.
yeah, but like
You're
different
not.
climates and
You're
everything.
not.
Yeah, but different climates and everything. So like I feel like those are the things you should worry about. The culture shock, the
But I think
temperature,
even
the cost of living. How are you going to make means? Like not
Yeah, but that's something you can
necessarily.
prepare for. That's
Yeah,
something you
that's
can
something you
prepare
can
for.
yeah.
also. But those are things that are more difficult to prepare for. Like your ones I
I
feel
will
like are
come
easier to
for
prepare.
weather. I will for weather.
Yes,
You just
yes, you
pack
can bring.
warm clothes, man.
It's
You
harder
just
to.
pack
No,
warm clothes.
wait. When I say prepare for, like even the
Yeah, I
clothes
know what you're
itself, bro.
saying.
You can
I
go to
know what you.
some cold ass places, bro.
I
You
know
know,
what you.
bro. Clothes,
I know
cold
what you're
is cold.
saying. I'm
You
just
will
being
get cold
petty.
regardless.
I'm just
So
being
like,
petty.
yeah, like I think the grass is greener on the other side, but on top of that, that's a whole new space. That's a whole new culture, and that's yeah, you're right. There are yellow patches, and they may be different to yours, but they're still yellow patches.
Exactly.
But
But
I
even
don't
there,
believe is deep. I do still believe that going to a first world country and maybe struggling for the like for your first few months to a year is better than going to or staying in South Africa and struggling with these things that you've been dealing with your whole life and not attempting to make something better for yourself there because you can always come back. But if you go there,
I
you
was
make
just
your
gonna say.
money, you do your things, you can always come back and you'll have more stacks than you did over there. So that's that. I think there's also a sense of security in it because I know someone who went to Europe and crime isn't as hectic, bro. Like you can literally leave your bicycle on the sidewalk and no one's gonna touch it. Like it's very rare that people steal there. The law is great. The cost of living is fantastic. The cost of
Brother, you know what they steal
medicine
here?
is
You know what they
great.
steal here, bro?
What? What
They
do they
steal
steal?
bus fares, bro. Yo,
It
Cause I
is
haven't
what it
paid,
is, bro.
I haven't paid for one bus that I've been on, and I ride the bus every day.
I
But,
mean, that could be
but
because it's free.
it's not free. But I think it's an option to pay. I'm not sure. I
That's a
haven't
dope option. I love
But
like
that.
I haven't.
how's the road infrastructure like? And,
How's
and
the
and is
road
the public
infrastructure?
transport is it efficient?
Oh, public transport comes on like on time. Like if you're not at the stop when it says that the bus is coming, you miss the bus.
You
You missed
probably
it.
missed the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Or if
also know that there are certain services like there's a bicycle in the UK. There's a bicycle service, and like if you have the app, then you can just
oh
call. Oh
there's
yeah, like register for
there's
an app. You pay, and then it shows you where the nearest bicycle is, and you take that bicycle by yourself. There's no one. There can be no one monitoring, or there isn't a specific um pit stop where they put the bicycles or anything. You can literally leave your bicycle in the middle of the park and find it there, or like
oh,
and rent it, and then you ride it wherever you pay, and you're done with it. Like That's how efficient transport, like that's how clean everything is over there.
For
I also know that homeless people are a rarity in these countries as well, because
also,
um
it depends. It depends where you go. It depends where you go.
yeah,
If you go to the big cities, there are
yeah.
a lot of there are quite a few homeless people, but
No,
that's
I'm
only because
referring
they're
to
in the tourist attractions. Because
yeah,
when it's like when it's high time for that city for tourists and stuff, you will see so many like beggars and hobos or whatever,
yeah,
because that's when they make their most money.
yeah.
But
Like
like
thing is, I
the
know,
hobos here are so much different to at home. At home, they will at home those hobos they will pester you and they'll be like, nah, bruh, please. Here they come up with they will sell you roses, or they will like
yeah, they
there'll
actually
be
start
pastures
businesses
on
like
the
that.
side, and they do
Yeah,
so many different things to get money. Like
yeah. Like I think in the UK specifically, from what I've heard, is you don't oftentimes find homeless people there because the government. It's basically like a government grant that like just pays. If you cannot, like, if you're not making a living or whatever, like
yeah, you
they
get a
pay for
government
your.
grant to get
Yeah, you
paid.
get a government grant. So it's basically what South Africa's doing, but it's more efficient because like they pay you enough to actually find a place to stay and or like sustain yourself
or to
until
at
you
least
find until you can actually take care of yourself, like get a career or get a job or something. So South Africa does the same thing, but it's not as effective.
yeah.
So that's why I say, like, a lot of the things that South Africa does, these are just examples that we take from countries abroad. And if that's the case, why are they doing it so much better than us when we're copying them?
Because we have people pocketing the money, unfortunately.
Exactly. So like that's just the main reason why I believe that the grass is greener on the other side. I feel like I would flourish and succeed there if I went, because compared to here, because on an international level to get big and do all these things, it's much easier to do it over there than it is to do it over here on an international level. You can blow up in South Africa nationally, but like that doesn't mean you are going to blow up internationally. That's probably it probably most of the time means that you are only a South African celebrity, not an
Now,
international celebrity.
I would have to disagree there, right? For wait. Let me hear me out. Okay, so for any country, I would say that does not speak English, besides Russia for some reason, and China, I'd say. Like,
Mm-hmm.
think about For You page. Think about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
English is dominant on TikTok, right?
Yeah,
If you go to Italy, you'll find all the Italian TikToks. Or if you start following Italian pages, you'll find all the Italian, or you follow a Spanish page and all your Spanish TikToks will come up. But if you don't follow any of those pages, you'll only get English pages, or for some reason, Russian pages as well. Like the
yeah.
Russians, they be hacking or something because they on my For You page as well. But
No, I once ended up on Spanish for your page as well. Don't ask me how that happened.
yeah, no, I've been on that as well.
I might have just finished the For You page.
Eh?
I say I might have just finished the For You page.
I
So,
had that stage during lockdown. But right.
yeah.
So for non-English speaking countries, I feel like you would only be famous within your country because that is the language uh, of which your country speaks. English, worldwide language. So that's where I think South Africa has a better sort of more of an advantage when it comes to TikTok or social media. When it comes to social media, when it comes to
Yeah,
actual fame and maybe modeling or whatever, yeah, or sport or anything like that, physical, anything that requires you to do something overseas is so much better because there's so much more.
Better
There's so many
facilities.
accounts. Yeah, there's so
yeah,
much more facilities. More people will see you, like that type of thing. Obviously, like we're at the bottom of the world. No one's gonna fucking see us down there. Like that's
Yeah, I get
that's.
you.
But yeah, it's Zaid. Give us your opinion. Also, Tolly, suck your mother.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, well, it's pretty much the same. I think I do plan to eventually move out, but I don't think it would be something permanent. I think I'm most likely just to try it out in a medium to long term, and then maybe just come back to retire here. I don't really know. I haven't really figured a solid plan on that, but I do feel especially if I'm going to be raising a family of my own, I wouldn't want to do it in this kind of an environment locally in South Africa. I think,
Spirit.
Yeah.
yeah, I think the best option would then be to go to the Netherlands. But then again, if since we are talking about Europe,
Big country.
keep in mind this the dynamics are always changing. So like in 10 years time when I'm considering to be moving or whatever, it could be totally different. I mean, just look at the moment right now, the refugee crisis coming out from Ukraine, and that's going to have an impact
That's
on you
true. That is
as
true.
well.
That is
I mean, look at the people fleeing to other European countries and how they're responding. It's also going to add a strain onto the
Yeah.
infrastructure there. And I think in South Africa we can actually relate to this because we do have a refugee crisis. So we look at it more as xenophobia, but we do have a refugee crisis
we
wherein we
just
have
treat it
people
worse.
coming in, fleeing certain wars and whatever turmoil it is that they're fleeing in other African countries. And when they do come here, we see the strain that it's had on our infrastructure and stuff. So yeah, I mean, yeah, my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is quite true. I think that also relates or contributes to one of the challenges that you would have if you were to try and migrate to a UK or France or something like that. One of the things that you have to bear in mind when you go there is to be successful or to get a decent job or to have a great um, style of living is going to be difficult because there are basically many versions of you. There are people
Yes.
who
Yeah.
came there to find better lives, and therefore you are basically competing to live
Yeah, I mean,
in
you
the kind of
yourself are paying
environment.
for something.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
So
have to.
that's why I feel like when you said it would be like it's easier to get to become richer or bigger there, that's where I was like, I feel like you'd be wrong.
No,
But
no.
now that you said this, makes sense, you know, because here, right? Oh, I'm saying here, I mean Italy.
Yeah.
Or let's just Europe general, okay? You have
Okay.
a population that is a lot more successful than ours, right?
Hmm.
And now you may be used to the work rate of SA and think, okay, I'm gonna go overseas and with this work rate, I'm gonna one day be famous or big or rich or whatever. Then you get here and you see people working 10 times harder than you and still not getting to that spot because there's so many people that are plugging away to get to this certain spot,
No,
whatever.
you're
So
right.
you just
Trying to
join
climb.
and now you have to work and work and work just to get to the top, right?
And then you
It's
must, yeah, you must also understand that once you're there, also you're not gonna really. I don't know, Nick. How have you been received on that side? Are they generally open to foreigners being there?
yeah. I mean, here they is yes and no because
Yeah.
I mean they can't really tell that you're a foreigner unless you dress like an actual foreigner and stuff like that, which I
Yeah.
Yeah.
very much avoid, and I don't because I've been approached and spoken to in Italian, and then like yeah, stuff like that. But it's when you start being an arrogant foreigner, like
Oh
Mm,
yeah.
you don't when you ask them parlo inglés, so do you speak English, and then they say no, and then you just like why or what you just carry on in English and stuff like that, like um
yeah.
it's like try at least like then they'll get annoyed because then they're like oh you here we're not you're in Italy. You're supposed
yeah.
to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in an Italian speaking country, so therefore
You should
it
try
makes
and
sense
at
for
least speak
you.
our language,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah, I agree with
I
that.
heard this lady complaining, and then he said she was like, learn to speak. You guys must learn to speak English, and then he was like, no, ma'am, you must learn to speak Italian.
I tell you, I
And
think
I was like, yeah,
that's right.
because you're in their country, right? If somebody from another country came to SA, right, and they started speaking in whatever language they had, but not English, you would be like, okay, could you please speak English? Because I don't
Yeah,
understand you. And they say,
yeah,
oh, you should learn this. No, you should learn our culture, not our culture, but at least something that you should learn how to speak to us, not we shouldn't learn how to speak to you. Because you're minority, you're not. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I just wanted to pick up on Lesejo's point about culture shocks, and I think in this age, it's not really, um, it's not as drastic as it would have been 20 years ago. I mean, what just comes to mind right now actually is you can like literally connect with anyone from around the world in this age, so you can
Okay.
always reach out, make friends on that side of the globe, and then ask them to help you figure stuff out. And yeah, obviously it will still be a shock at first, but I think it makes the whole transitional process a lot easier.
That's a fair
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that is a fair point. Considering the
And
fact that we are
also,
able to communicate with people abroad, it's easy to make friends while you are away
yeah,
before you come to the country itself.
but also I think with globalization, like I think a lot of the countries where they would have more conservative ways and stuff, I think it becomes westernized. And like, yeah, I think we sort of like adopting this um, uniformity across the globe. Although there are nuances from between countries and stuff, but like in generally speaking, I think a lot of the trends seem to filter around the world at the same time.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I think it's very easy to connect to somebody, right? With obviously there will be like obviously there will be cultural differences and like challenges and stuff like that. But at the same time, like there's TikTok. There's TikTok. Like you'll see something funny, you show it to them, they laugh. That's already connecting with somebody. You don't have to learn their culture or whatever. Kind of just you can click on one thing, one popular thing, or one thing that
yeah,
everyone will laugh at or understand or like or something like that.
I
And
think
yes,
that's the beauty
the
of
food
social
is like
media.
10 times better here. The food is
Yeah,
so
I like that question there from Rory Mapela. I hope I'm saying that correctly. What about the food? Is it better in Italy, Nick?
yes, so
I'm
much.
thinking pasta and
It's
spaghetti.
I've been eating
But
pasta
is it
for
more than that?
I've been
Or is it
eating
just that?
pasta every day
Wow.
for or nearly every day for 5 weeks, and I'm still not tired of it. Like
that's like, is it different kinds of pastas or just the same kind of
there's
meal?
no there's so many different kinds, and
Yeah,
it's the only reason, I mean, obviously, the only reason I kind of have it every day is because it's quick to make. And like when you're living by
yeah,
yourself, it's kind of like, you
That's
don't feel
actually
like you're
good.
really cooking up a whole meal for yourself. So you just cook some pasta. It's like 10 minutes,
yeah,
10-15 minutes, quick cook, and then you can eat. But here, the food is a lot better quality than at home. That's what I'm saying. The food is a lot like the quality that they put into the food. All food, all of it, not just pasta, just all food that they have here. The quality is so much better than at home.
Okay, but then when it comes to food quality, there's different standards. Like, I mean, it could taste really good, but could actually be junk food. But then it could also not taste that grand, but in terms of health consciousness, it's
No, no,
actually
no. Here, health consciousness is a pretty big thing per se. I mean, for I wouldn't say younger generation, but up to like you will hardly see a a fat person. I use that term in the least
Obesity.
way possible. Like a fat person in Italy. Like you will see an overweight older person, like when I'm talking over 60, but that's when
Oh,
they let go and stuff like that. But
yeah.
let's say under 45, under 40, you will not see a person that is overweight. Like here, they take like they they think about this type of like their body, their health, everything like that, like a lot. So the food here, right? I so to this brings me on to this question, which is so do I miss SA food? I do,
You
but
must have 2 minute
SA
noodles.
but oh God, but I miss the Maggies, but I miss the Maggies, but
I've been chowing bread because I'm avoiding those noodles, man. Jeez.
I miss
Nah,
bread.
bro. Sometime at some point you eat them so often, like you get sick of it.
That
I
was me
got
when
I
I
tired
know
was
of eating
that was
that
noodles
me
was
every
when
me
I
in
day.
was
January.
But here, right, I miss SA bread. I miss the unhealthy bread. Because
Wait, there's a difference.
here it's all freshly baked stuff. And then I must cut it, and it's not like nice slices, already slices and stuff. Ah, I'm just here like it's not big enough. That's like one of the biggest things I miss, our bread. I
Wait,
don't know
that's
why,
real.
but I miss our bread. It's unhealthy as shit, but I like it.
I didn't even know, and up until now, I did not know that there was a difference in. I didn't know our bread was unhealthy. I just thought bread was bread. Is what is.
No.
You eat
Our
it,
bread is
you eat.
processed. Our
So what
bread
is
is
their bread?
like
Is it
bro,
just fresh, like fresh from bakery, like
fresh,
bread?
fresh from bakery bread.
Uh,
That's all you get. You don't get no Sasco,
every day, bro.
huh?
That's every
Even
Yeah,
day. That's a
is
lot
that
of
also in the
bacon.
city?
huh?
Is that in the city as well?
City, you'll find if you go to the village, like villages, the towns. There you go, the towns, right? You'll find more freshly baked stuff. You'll find like here, the shop just down the road from me, right? You can watch the guy saw ham. Like I hate ham, but you can watch him like I've forgotten what cut ham and stuff like bro, it's mad. Like they do it like there.
Every day.
Like that's an
That's
everyday thing. Like
Jesus.
like obviously they'll have bread that's made before or whatever. But you can still use it's still fresh. For some reason it's
Yeah.
still you can tell it's not processed and stuff like that. Like it's I don't want to say it's better because I still like my processed bread, but still like
I like that baked stuff, freshly baked stuff.
it's just it's
All right.
it's annoying.
Uh, yeah. Well, I
I love how
think
we're talking
yeah,
food.
food.
I'm
You're
fasting
talking a
and I'm
lot of
like
food.
gobbling.
Yeah. I'm
You're
fasting, but my
You
stomach's
are. How's it
yeah.
going? Wait.
That's,
First of all, wait. In Italy and Europe and stuff, the times are like really weird, right? Because
yeah,
they don't have that balance between day and night as we do. So how's that going there?
it's not too bad. I'm kind of following the SA times. I was
Oh,
sent the SA time
okay.
because our time zones are the same.
oh,
Um,
Yeah,
so it's I mean the mornings and nights is not too bad. I mean, like it's kind of the same, and I'm not even struggling that much with food. It's the drinking. It's
yeah,
no
yeah.
drinking that's the problem. Because for me, right, training, I do 3 to 4 sessions a day of training on
That must
ice,
be a lot
and
for
each
you.
on ice session is 50 minutes long. And then I still have room and off ice and ballet and dance and straight, bro. And then not having water, not being able to
Yeah.
drink any water, that kills.
that's
I,
so bad.
I, I said yesterday, I can taste the air. That's how
But
much my
Nick,
throat is dry.
yeah.
That's painful. That sounds painful. Could never be me.
Okay, let's hear
Um,
from a okay.
yeah. I don't know. I I think we should get some of our viewers involved in the conversation.
You know any words?
Yeah, I
Um,
think
I'm gonna drop the link to the call so for the viewers to call in. But I think Nick, they're asking you a question there. Do you know any words in Italian?
Yes, I do. Yes.
that's
I
it.
mean, I'm not gonna sit here and cap and say I can speak Italian fluently or whatever, but you know what? I know enough to get around. I know enough to get around.
Can you maybe give us an example?
What are you trying to hear?
I don't know, bro. Like, what do you say?
Just give us
You
the
know enough
basics.
to
What
get
do you know?
around.
Okay, so basics, right? Anywhere you go, you need to know buongiorno, which is good morning slash kind of just a hello, but like
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a formal hello. Because I mean, obviously, it's more formal good morning, but for some reason they still use it here, kind of up to like
In the
4 p.m.
evening, in the
Nah, they use
afternoon.
it up to like 4 p.m. Then there's
Oh,
buonasera, which is like good evening, good night type of thing, right?
yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah,
there's the main one is ciao, ciao. Ciao is hello or hey or hi. It's kind of used. It's used everywhere. Like you will
right.
say it.
Yeah,
You
that
can
one.
say
No.
it to nearly everyone.
Yeah.
It's it's just
Like
a relaxed
it's a
way.
respectful greeting, right? Like you can
It's
greet like people
ciao.
in general.
Ciao is semi-respectful, semi-more relaxed. If you want to
Ah,
be like, if you want to be like up to like your professor or something, and you'll be like,
yeah.
you'll say buongiorno because
Buongiorno.
that's
Okay.
good morning,
Okay.
hello. Like
All right.
that's the formal way. Then ciao is the informal way.
Right,
But
right, right.
Vafankulo or fafankulo, that's a swear word that I probably cannot repeat on here.
That
But
that sounds SA. That sounded so SA. Like say it again.
vafankulo,
Wait. Did you have an
That's
instance
my
where
Zulu.
someone gives you like you ask someone the meaning of something like in you ask them for the Italian word of something and then they give you the wrong word like
oh yes,
deliberately to trouble you and
yes.
you know to make a fool of you and then you go around and you're like you say this word
Well, I
really
mean,
casually and then at the end of the day they're the ones who's having a really good laugh.
yeah. But I think that's with everyone. Like, I feel like if somebody came to
Yeah.
SA and they couldn't
I would
speak
do the same.
exactly, like,
I think I would. Yeah.
how do you say that boy? I was told him, oh, just say that nine.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll just say, tell him that nine. Then
Hey,
they'll go
y'all,
around
you all are
saying,
trying to
that
derail
nine
people, man.
over there, that nine over there. And I'll be like, I'll be laughing. I'll be
Yeah,
laughing.
y'all are trying to derail people, man. That's
It's good to
It's
have a
not
little laugh.
derailing. It's it, exactly. Let's just say it's cultural. It's a universal cultural thing to always say, give somebody like, not always, but I mean, sometimes just have a laugh, joke around with somebody that doesn't understand.
yeah.
Mm.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair.
As long as you
Uh,
don't
Don't
blame
lie,
them
say you're not
afterwards.
gonna.
yeah. I don't know. I know we have some viewers watching, but I've dropped the link to join in the call to give your opinion whether you think the grass is green on the other side, whether you are maybe a fan of the staying movement that came up a number of years ago, saying that I don't care
Yeah.
how many problems our country has. I will be staying because this is my home. Maybe you're a believer of that philosophy. Would
I'm
love for
low-key
you
a
guys to
believer.
call in and give your thoughts, give your opinions. If you can't call in, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Yeah.
I'm
Um,
low-key. I'm low-key like I'm. I'm more on the side of the grass is greener and I want to move, but at the
yeah.
same time, like there's a
Mm.
little part of me that's like I
You
will
can
miss
pick
it.
to
Like
stay here.
I've been here only 5 weeks and I miss aspects of SA. I miss the culture. I miss SA culture.
Like I
Yeah.
said, culture shock. But like I think
I miss walking around and hearing I'm a piano playing on somebody's speaker.
you missed
Or
that.
yeah, dog.
I don't miss
Yeah.
people blasting things at all. Like people
Or
just driving by and blasting the music is not something
I
I would
guess you won't
particularly
appreciate
say I
something
would
until you
miss.
lose it. So
exactly, you don't appreciate it until you not Like there's
maybe.
people blasting stuff here as well, but it's
Yeah,
not Amapiano.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just not right.
Oh,
But
like there's no aunties here that like those colored aunties, those aunties.
I get you. I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Them here.
I personally feel somewhat similar. I feel like I don't know. I feel yes, I do feel like moving is a good idea. I do want to move, but at the same time, a part of me is kind of on the fence about it as well.
Yeah.
Because like at the Expo 2020 in Dubai, I think the King of Saudi Arabia or something, whatever his title is, he was saying, think opportunity, think South Africa. And yes, it's true. There is still opportunity in South Africa. It's just a lot of, I mean, South Africa has always had opportunity. It's just, there's always
It
been the
depends on what.
hindrance.
It depends
Yeah,
on what.
I feel like it's always been hindered by the government and the
What
constant
else
problems
do
that
I
we
need
have in our country.
to do?
Like,
Mm.
and I don't think it's I'm not saying South Africa is a lost cause. I'm just saying as long as governments or the people that we keep trusting to be in charge of our country and run it right, as long as they keep violating us on this madness and they keep taking our money, they keep putting it into their own things, and
Load shedding.
they don't genuinely look into the interests of the country and treat it well, unless we actually get some people actually working hard to make the country better. Because load shedding, the way we have it now, is literally the result of years and years of
Of
dropping the ball
mismanagement.
at ESCOM. So I feel like that what we left ESCOM alone to do their rubbish for a very long time, and then load shedding came. Now it's a problem that we
Rubbish.
seem to be unable to deal with. Our government doesn't seem to be able to deal with all the maintenance and all the things that need to be paid for to get power stations running and working properly again. So that is a big problem, and I feel like yes, South Africa has opportunity, but they are all hindered by the fact that our country is not being run well and properly. And
That's very
that's
well said.
genuinely,
That's actually very well said.
yeah, that's genuine.
South
Like the
Africa is
reason why I feel like the main reason why our country is not run well is because the people running it don't necessarily care all too much, or majority, or there's a great deal of people within the parties that we keep trusting to run our country that are that don't really care about the country. They care about themselves more than they do the country. And if their pockets, if their bread is, if their lives are not immediately affected by the problems that we face, then all they're going to do is come out here, give us speeches, and say we will try to do better, but never do better anyways. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a thing of nothing's really going to change until the problems really start affecting them as the people we put in charge. And we as
So let's say,
people we
what
keep
about what about the
going.
argument then that instead of running away, you should stay to fix the broken pieces?
I will, I will,
See,
There's somebody else can fix those pieces. Me, I'm not
um,
staying.
look,
I'm not staying that long. Imagine. I stay in
look,
SA. On that philosophy, I stay in SA, and every day I try and fix something, and it only
look,
Are
gets
they gonna
fixed
break
after I
it?
die. After
look.
I die,
I feel like
I then I stay for nothing.
one of the reasons why I want to move abroad is because
It's better.
not just because it's a better, possibly a much better life than the one I could have in South Africa, but it's also the resources they have, the things I can learn, the people I can meet, the networking that I could do in South Africa, in other places in other parts of the world. I think those are also resources that if I really do choose to come back to South Africa and be like, I'm gonna help fix things, I can bring resources and things that I've learned. On top of that, to stay and fix the problem is a noble task or is a noble quest that requires a lot of sacrifice. And I don't really think I want to sacrifice the joy or happiness that my kids could have in being brought up somewhere else where it's a much better country, rather than bringing them here and having to suffer through all the things that we as South Africans have to suffer through. It's a noble task or quest or whatever you want to call it, but it requires a lot of sacrifice that I don't see myself making until a later stage in life. Maybe when my kids have settled or have become certain types of people because of where they're from and they've learned certain things as well. I've learned certain things. I have certain resources. I think once that is the case, maybe we can come back and I can show them, yeah, this is your home. I'm gonna help. Or when I have bread, when I have stacks and stacks of bread, like cash and everything, yeah, I'll come back and I'll see what I can do for South Africa. Because honestly, it's either you try and fix things with the system or you go beyond the system. And I feel like the only way to do that is with a sizable amount of cash on a sizable amount of bread. Because the way in the world we live in, money makes the world go round, and that's what you gotta do. So I feel like maybe if I come and I have
Stand on my money
money,
on 6 6.
yeah, if I have millions and millions on me, I can actually
You can say
have a
millions and
greater
millions
faith.
coming.
Yeah, bro. Like I can actually have a greater effect and change the country on a proper scale instead of just trying to go through the system and inevitably failing to a point where all that I've done is very minuscule and can be wiped away by the actions of one person. So yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, first of all, what else would I miss if I moved over abroad? Let me think. I don't know. Just I've missed the way people talk. I don't know why. South Africa have a unique way of talking, let's say,
Yeah.
and they have a unique way. Like, uh, I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, is
That's
somebody else?
wonderful, bro. That is beautiful.
Fine, guys.
I did
Um,
not expect that. But
See, I
that's
missed the chicken. I missed the chicken. I can't say that because I'm
you have
hungry.
chickens behind you, bro.
It's no. First of all, I'm not actually at home. Secondly,
I can tell.
they're very much annoying. Like I was doing the news. Can you shut up? Like I was doing the news this morning, and the first of all, it was wait. Do you miss the Adidas? Nick.
Yes.
No, because I was in the middle of a news bulletin this morning, and this thing just decides to make It's like yeah, it's a bit annoying, but anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
as I was saying before, I was brutally interrupted. Brutally interrupted by a chicken, or a rooster, as I would say. Um, I don't know what I'd miss, but it's like it's small little things that you realize you miss while you're away, and you're like, damn, like if I was in SA, this would have been like this would have been this would have been this. Like it's different small things. But yeah, that's what I'd miss. And then how is homeschooling going for you? Is we don't talk about that. I'm
We don't
I
talk about that here, man.
I
Uh, yeah,
oh,
it is what it is. We keep quiet about that one. That's a deeper one.
that
Yeah, like I feel we've put the link in for viewers to call in. We might only actually at this point have time for one caller, but we would appreciate if anyone called in to give their views and opinions on whether the grass is green on the other side, whether they would move or whether they prefer to stay. They don't really feel the concept of leaving. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
guys,
please do join. If
it's
you're watching, please do join.
yeah. I know
Really
we
want to
have some
speak to some of
viewers.
you.
I can see how many people are watching, so please do call in.
why is
Um,
talking to people?
but I still believe the grass is greener on the other side. I still believe
I think
I
we all do.
I have a good chance of doing some great stuff on the other side rather than here. That
Let's
doesn't
just
mean I'm 100% go, I part of me wants to stay. Part
Yeah.
of me knows that there are certain
Definitely.
things here that I value. I know a lot of people feel the same way. Like they have their family, they don't want to be too far. Some people do want to travel, and some of the moving away from South Africa that plays a large role and factor into it. You want to travel, you want to explore the world, you want to see different things, you want to do different things, taste different cultures, different foods, enjoy different walks of life. So
I'm fortunate to I'm fortunate enough to have experienced a lot of different cultures and different countries and stuff like that.
yeah,
And my opinion still stands that move abroad. But
yeah,
and when I say move abroad, I mean as soon as possible. But I am not 100% move abroad, but I do intend to apply for university overseas,
yeah,
or here.
yeah. Same here.
And if I can get in here, and once I'm in, stay here, raise a family here, type of thing like that.
Mm.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna exclude SA from my life, but,
Yeah, I will come back. I will see
but
people and everything.
move here and then come back in holidays and stuff like that. Like imagine
Mm.
not buying ever again. Imagine calling a braai a barbecue for the rest of your life.
You don't have to. Maybe you could introduce it to them.
Nah, 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 nah. Imagine saying, "Oh,
I
gents,
don't know.
let's have a commons braai." Imagine saying commons braai.
No, and then it's even beyond the word. They got that weird stuff like them. It's too sophisticated. It's not that normal dry standard
You know
stuff.
what I
Like the
miss?
whole grill.
You know what I miss? I miss Simba chips. There's no Simba chips here. There's some.
I was never a fan, but yeah.
They don't have that stuff here. Like their stuff is too like now. Their stuff is too like bougie per se.
What?
Like bougie. Like too organic. Not organic. I won't say organic, but too like too quality. Like I need some shit food sometimes in my life. Well, I say shit, but some greased up thing. Some
Yeah, yeah,
greased up thing.
yeah.
And eating that. Like like I don't know. Oh, oh, someone's coming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I get it. Like you need some of home. You need some of the things that do come with home. Some of the things that were bad about home, but that's also what made home home. Some home isn't necessarily home because it's perfect. It's home because of the experiences you've had with it. So the greased up thing, the food that like you don't necessarily care much for, you can end up missing a lot.
I
Just
miss
because it
Nyope
reminds you of
boys.
where you were.
I
You
miss
what?
I miss Nyope boys.
Bro, the other day I saw a man walking on the bridge, but his eyes were closed. I was like, salute to you, bro. Like you are lit. You are lit right now, bro. Like I respect to that man. Respect to that man.
Nah,
But
but it's a different life here that you have to get used to, but it's something I want to do.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Honestly, I
I
am caught
can't
in a
lie,
rock between a
I
rock and
can't
a
lie,
hard
my
place.
ass is kind of hurting from sitting on this chair because it's kind of
Life.
hard. I don't have a swing
Uh,
chair today, so
yeah, like I think I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I am debating within myself whether or not to chase this going abroad thing or to stay here because I know I have reasons to stay here and things that I may even be able to do here that I wouldn't necessarily have or be able to do abroad. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out what's more valuable to me. Is it the experiences that I'm gonna have here, or is it the things that I could get or have on that side? And it's I think
What's
my
happening there?
final I think my final thought is with Nick dabbing and all that. Um, I think that
would
yeah, traveling to
would
get
y'all
wait,
travel
we
together?
go
And,
yeah. This is a
as
what I
as
what I like. Would I
As the
like
Youth
to
Lounge
travel?
podcast, I would travel with all of them.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
Maybe
think I'd
very
travel
exciting.
with if I were if you mean in the sense of travel and go live somewhere, yeah, most definitely. I wouldn't actually mind that. I wouldn't
I
mind
mean,
going
I
to
can't lie, gents. I would live with you guys up to a certain point in my life, and
you'll get used to it. You'd get used to it. You'd get
then
used to it.
I'd live
I
with
mean,
you
yes,
guys.
of course
I'd live with you
at
guys
some
until
point
I'm
you
like,
are going.
I'd live with you guys
Yeah.
until I'm like 25, and then I'm sorry,
Yeah,
gents.
yeah, of
It's
course. You can't
time
live
for.
with them
We're getting
forever. Yeah.
old. We're getting old
Yeah.
now, gents.
You
Let's
need to get your own place. I mean,
yeah, gents. Like I'm trying to have
imagine
gal
trying to
over.
bring girl and imagine trying to bring Galen to the house and you got roommates there. Come on, brother. That just
But
kills the whole mood.
I feel like
Um
I feel like it would be
This
lit,
could
right?
be a really
Because
good reality show
I feel like it would be lit, right?
if you gave
Because
it a chance.
Zaid, right? You would be the kind of the calm one, but the more not the more reserved one. I feel like the more reserved one, right? Out of like, but also you'd be our brains of like if we had to do something, and like we'd come to you. Then Ricky, she's like the I feel like she's reserved, but at the same time she's out there in it, so she still gives off like a vibe-ish. But like she's like I don't know, like I don't know what role she'd play in like, but she'd be that person that was there, and she'd give off a good vibe, and she's the one that you can go to if you need to talk to or whatever, like that type of thing. Then me and Sejo, bruh, bruh, I will bring the vibes. I come gents. We will
let
make
me just
you.
say, Doug, if I travel to another place, now I think for the first just life in general there, I might lose my head. So yeah, I might go nuts. But the viewer is also asking if we were to travel individually, where would we go and what would be the one thing we would be looking forward to? Look, there's a lot of places around Europe that I would love to be like go to. I definitely know Singapore is one of them. I've always wanted to check Singapore out.
That is a
Um,
that is a different one. I haven't heard like many
yeah, I
people saying
mean,
it.
I've like
Need to stop. I'm not getting a
Singapore's
buzz.
dope.
I want to go
Singapore is
to
yeah.
yeah.
I
No,
think also France. I do want to check France out. Um,
Okay, but we're talking
maybe
living. We're talking living now, guys.
wait
So
if I were to
live,
go.
live,
Um,
like to
in
live, go
terms
and
of
live there.
living, I think I would go to either. Okay, there are three places that I have in mind: Madrid, Paris, or the UK. Somewhere in the UK.
Okay.
Those I think are some of the places that I would actually go to. I could check Italy out, but as a like holiday
Yeah,
destination
yeah, yeah.
vacation just to explore. If I were to travel with someone, I think that's or if I were to travel to live with a person like maybe on a roommating, maybe we are going to university in the same place as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I think I don't know, it depends on where we go. Like I think that's a decision that we'd also have to
We both make.
speak. Yeah, we both have to make that decision together. But my ideal places, France maybe, or I mean, I could go to Spain, but I'm not sure. But France or the UK would be lit for me in terms of going to live in
Yeah.
another place. In terms of settling, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's
Zaid.
I'm going to Amsterdam. I've been dying to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Amsterdam is low key. I personally I don't like Amsterdam.
why
But
not?
but I was
it's
told
dangerous.
I didn't go to the right places, obviously because I'm a minor
Ah,
still.
Amsterdam is
But
lit, dog. You should check out some of the places there. Like,
I'm a minor still, so I can't go to I couldn't
but then
yeah, I
again,
I
it's
couldn't
mean,
Europe, so like
couldn't
at any point, I mean, if I don't know if if you're not a citizen, if it's different, but at any point you could always hop onto a train and stuff is not far there.
Yeah, no.
Um,
I
so
went
like you could
Amsterdam,
always just go around.
I went Amsterdam, then we went town that's basically in Amsterdam, just outside of Amsterdam, I forgot what it's called.
yeah.
But right, Amsterdam it's cool. It's just I don't know. It's not my I don't know. It's not my type of
When we're
place.
18, I'll help change your mind. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. When we're
When we're
18, I might have a
18,
completely
we'll
different story
change each other's
because
minds.
I have friends that have also been to Amsterdam, and then I've been like, I didn't really like Amsterdam when I went, and they were like, that is
Yeah,
because you're not old enough to get into the places that will make you love Amsterdam. But
exactly.
and obviously I wasn't there for long enough. I was there for like a week, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Uh,
can't
yeah.
really judge
But
a
we
place.
will
But
go and do things there at some point in time. But I think in terms of
for
going
me,
with someone, I think going with someone to a different country to live there would make the experience that much easier as well.
yeah,
I
it
do
does sound
believe
actually
that.
quite daunting to go alone, but
Thank God we
it's
have
not. It's
callers. We
not.
have
wait,
people that
wait,
want to
wait,
call
wait, wait,
in.
wait. Where is Nick
Yeah.
going? Nick, where are you going to stay?
Oh
You
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're this.
Italy. I'm
Yeah,
coming
Italy.
back here.
Yeah,
Milan.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you
that makes sense.
lost.
That makes
Milan.
sense. You? Oh, you said Amsterdam. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, but
exactly.
we have some viewers that are calling in. They want to give us their thoughts
We
and
do.
opinions.
That is wow. Okay.
All
Who
right,
is it?
so we got men
Let me.
like
Who is it? Who is it?
we have girl like Lite, you
I
know,
knew
from
it.
last week and
How did
everything.
I know? How did I know?
We also have
Literally,
men
I'm not
like
getting.
Vijay is
Chovicho.
a super fan. You know this.
Literally,
Uh,
I'm not getting a buzz cut. Stop telling me to get a buzz cut. I'm not going buzz.
but
Wait,
let's
wait. Bring her on. Bring her on, and then let
yeah,
me
yeah,
do some
let's get the
purpose.
people talking, man. I'm also gonna add men like Chovicho here as well.
Literally,
Just for
I'm
vibes.
not going buzz.
What's good,
Oh,
people?
the room is full.
Sure. Hey, honorable members, keep on.
Honorable member.
Aye, honorable members. Hey, gents, I've been
Yes.
supporting the show since day one. Me, I'm an OG
Thank
in this
you.
thing.
Thank you. We appreciate
Dango,
that a
dango,
lot.
Mm.
Hi
dango.
guys!
Hey.
Elite,
Get
welcome.
buzz.
Hi,
Oh my god!
making
How you
Get a
gonna
noise,
go?
buzz,
yeah.
bestie.
How you gonna
Get a
go? Hi
buzz.
guys, and tell
Hi
me to get
guys.
buzz. It's a good.
She
Yeah.
just makes
I think
You know
noise,
it's all
this one,
love.
always.
It's all love.
Hi,
Anyways, how you guys doing? Honestly.
we're
Man,
good.
it's
But
been a W day, gents.
Zane,
I
I
can't
see you
lie.
back, boy. I see you back from a long time, sir. You see you back.
Yeah,
yeah, this guy
wasn't a year
disappeared
like
Back
on
and
2
us
weeks
for a
ago.
while.
smiling.
Wasn't a
Yeah,
year.
he disappeared on us for a while. But like guys, what would you guys like in terms of traveling? Would you guys
Wait,
leave South Africa and go
yeah.
to a European
So
country like
send me
Yes.
Italy?
outside, bruh. This place is finished, bruh. Hey, me, I wanna buy somewhere else, make money, dog.
Honorable member,
This
why don't
place
you
is
fix it?
finished, dog.
For
Mm.
Yeah.
me.
It's
Hey,
just for us. Oh,
But
hey,
why
bruh.
though? Besides the reason, so you believe that the grass is greener on the other side, like another country would be so much better. But why?
Yes. Yes.
But why though?
Yeah, it's
Where
not that
are
I
you
believe
now,
that the grass is
Nicholas? Where are
greener.
you? The
It
grass is
is.
greener.
It
It
is.
is green.
It
It's not
is.
that I believe. It's the thing of bruh. If anyone with two brain cells can see what's going on in South Africa, you'll know. Good, yeah, boy, your best move is to fly overseas. You make money. Come
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
I
Exactly. I
agree. I
agree
agree
with
with
you.
that
The
sentiment.
future.
I
back
Anybody
agree.
if
would.
if things are still stable. But right now we are sinking.
I agree with that sentiment. I
I
Yeah.
100%
agree.
do.
And honestly, also with opportunities, like
yeah.
they're much bigger in another country compared to South Africa. South Africa, the resources are finished.
Get buzz.
Like Akomali Joe, there's no guap in South Africa, like literally. And a place where I would love to go because I'm in love with my own language is, I'd go I'd invite to Mozambique, even though there's nothing, but Mozambique is my home. So I'd invite
Oh,
later.
Really?
oh.
Yeah,
That's
Mozambique is my home.
fascinating.
And for me it's just two, Mozambique and Portugal. Two places
What?
that has my heart.
What you going?
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
opportunities in South,
That's
it's not that I'm disrespecting anyone who has a job in South Africa and all that. It's just for the youth.
no,
There
no,
is
no. They
for the
they
youth
have to
there
understand.
is
It's they live in this country too. They know
exactly.
how hectic it is here, so they
Exactly.
can't blame us for wanting
Yes.
better opportunities
And
elsewhere.
one thing I've realized is that the youth is more what can I say, artistic
We
in
just better.
many careers.
We just better.
We are given in South Africa, we're given 5 original careers that you're supposed to follow that they believe that has money. But for a young girl or a young male, you can realize that other countries have better opportunities. They get better resources than South Africa. So if you stay in South Africa, it's either you're staying for two reasons. There's someone that you love, or you have a child in South Africa, or you're a mommy's boy or something.
Or
But
you broke.
once you get the opportunity to leave. Why are you staying? Be like
Gents,
Nicholas
love
over here
won't
going
feed
to
you.
another country.
Gents, you can't eat love.
He has an
Gents, I'm
ice
telling you
cream.
now, love will not give you money, boy. Hey, it's time to work. Hey, buy
Something
overseas.
that energy.
Hey,
Unless
if
you
love
have to
can give me
sacrifice.
money, put it in here, boy, because hey, I need it.
I
Such
promise.
fun.
Like honestly, there's a lot of opportunities. If you're staying in South Africa, you are staying for work as reasons. Like literally, go
guys.
overseas, go travel.
You know,
Man, go travel.
you know the shop attendants, those people that sit behind the till and stuff like
Cashiers.
that. The cashiers,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bus
Yeah.
drivers, even the workers, the ones that build buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the cleaners, even they are white. No house.
That's not something you see every day. I
What are
mean,
you trying to say?
You
What are
are
you
from a
trying to
cleaners at
say?
the end of the
What are you
day.
trying to
from a
say?
South
What are you
African
trying to say?
When I
perspective,
first
I
came
think
to
it
Italy,
is.
when I first came to Italy, and this was let's say 4 years ago, 4 years ago, yeah. When I first came, yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. Why? Because when you're born in South Africa, you used to black people doing those type of
Yeah.
jobs.
Most
Or
of the domestic
not
thingies,
even
yes.
black people, just people of color doing those type of jobs. So now
Yeah.
cover see a white person doing those jobs. I'm like, people are living nice here. If
Mm.
everyone can, and the thing is, at home, you see the bus drivers, they are not happy to do their job. They're doing it because they don't have
They
the
need to.
funds, or they don't have this, they can't do other jobs.
They
Yeah,
don't have the mental thingy to
yeah, they don't have the capacity to do other jobs. Yeah, they are loving being a bus driver or a cleaner or whatever. It's just
That's
it's
also that's the same. Also in countries in South Africa, not in South Africa, countries near South
countries
Africa.
in South
Like
Africa.
a second. Sorry
Countries
for
in
saying.
South Africa.
No, bruh. I was
Oh, it's
thinking,
fine.
but countries like, for example, Mozambique.
Mm.
The workers that are usually there are black, like black, which are from South Africa.
Oh, black.
And yeah, which was shocking for me because I'm used to umbali thing, you know. And them
Yeah.
going there, they are treated differently. I get this thing of no man, you can't be a cleaner for a white person because white people treat you badly, stuff like that. When I got to Mozambique, bro, I'm talking about one black person treating another black person like that. I was like, no man. And you know what? I asked why? They're like, because the reason is foreigners. I'm like, what? That's another reason you move in countries, you forget that you're a foreigner. You forget that you're a foreigner. That guy is
But that's
scary.
good.
How's that good?
Hey,
You're a
Azaran,
bota
it'll get you hurt, boy.
You're a
What?
bota
Such
jamba.
people
What's good
as
about
well.
that? You're a
What do you
bota
mean?
jamba. What's good about
It's
that?
good to forget that you're a foreigner. Because if you act like a foreigner, you're gonna be treated like one, and no one likes being treated like an
And I feel like
outcast.
there's a
That's
certain
true.
level
That's
of
true.
exclusion. I feel like you can also be ostracized from
Yeah.
being allowed to do certain things if you act like if you
Big
embody.
words for a dumb person.
Ew, bro, my English is good, bro. I'm not even ashamed of it. I love my English. My English is clean,
Hey,
bro.
yo,
My English is clean.
the
I'ma
flop
use
is
it.
you must know your place when you're overseas in another country. If you papa, it's high for you, dog. I don't even know how to
Exactly.
tell you.
You must know
Exactly.
You
your
must know your
place.
place. You must always remember, Guri, this is not your house. Yeah, you can't sleep here. Be comfortable. Hey, it's child.
Yeah.
This is not your house.
You ain't from here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay,
Hey, not from here, boy.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for you two, yeah, one country that you would move to immediately to live and why? Start.
So yeah. Lite, where would you said Portugal, yeah?
You said
If you were to
Mozambique
leave
and
South
Portugal.
Africa. Yeah, Mozambique and Portugal.
There's a
So
reason
Lito, where would
why.
you go? Where would you go, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, boy.
Yes, sir.
Where would I vibe, boy? You, boy. Eh,
Just watch
Where
America.
there
I
is
don't know,
gold.
bruh. Yo, I don't even know, dog. Maybe I'll fly to what's this place, bruh? To Japan. Hey, the hands over there, boy, and the cars, boy. Hey, I'll fly to Japan, me, boy. Hey, the cars and the hands. I'm finally, hey, I'd move today, boy. Hey, they just have to give me the ticket. I'm gone. Mm. Hey,
Not gonna
boy,
lie, bro.
I'm
I'd
telling
move
you
to Japan
now.
as well. Japan
Hey,
is nice.
Japan.
Japan is
Hey,
nice.
boy.
Not for the hands.
Hey, the
Have it
hands.
in my book. I'm locked.
I
Have you
miss the
seen,
hands
like
and the
on
cars, boy. I can't even
The
lie.
cars, exactly the cars.
the
Hey,
hands
boy,
and
and
the
the food also.
that's the
Yo,
picture for
bruh.
you.
Mm,
Well, I wouldn't
I,
be. Look, I'm not gonna
And
act like
also one
most
thing,
guys when they think of a place to live, they're not thinking about the hands that they're gonna find there as well.
I thought
Um,
Japan, the hands.
exactly, bruh.
like you also taking into consideration the kind of bunda that you are going to be running into when you go to a
Exactly,
specific
bruh.
place.
I have gents in Japan, dog, black gents, and they say that hey, the hands, boy. The fact of that you're black, that you're standing out like a red light in the green zone, bruh. Hey, they want you, boy. Hey, they come for you, bruh. I'm telling you now, boy. Hey, you must buy this.
you know, one
Mm,
thing, one
boy.
thing is also bad about being in another country. Personally, I took it was that
Yeah.
one thing is that I also used to be bullied for this of me not being able to speak the known
That's what I said.
language.
That's what I said.
The known language. If you go to a country that you want to go, you must be able to speak it. You know how long it took for me to speak Portuguese? Do you know how long it took for me to speak it? And you being
Can
bullied
you
like,
speak it,
nah,
you? Can you speak it?
yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Oh,
Don't be
okay.
don't
I'm
be
just
dumb not
making
Yes,
to
I
sure,
say
can.
not
how
By
you
lying
can
to
force.
speak.
us.
No, I can
Yeah.
because I was forced to. Because being bullied by your own cousins, when they say that you don't know how to speak a language that you think
By your
you
own
wanna, no, you think
cousins.
you wanna stay in this country,
Ask
you
them if
don't
they can speak Xhosa, those ones in Portugal. They'll freeze now. Hey, they'll freeze now. They won't know what's happening. Hey, they mustn't papa. Hey, they won't know what to do with themselves. I'm telling you
And also
now.
for me, I'm scared. Like when you're young, you always think, you know, the first thing I wanna go is the first place that I wanna go to is America. Wara 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 wara.
I'm not there
But if you
anymore.
get in America, they have a thing of when you are black, you're the first culprit.
When you are a
I'm
Hey,
person of when you are a person of
they
color,
shoot you
that
for
gun
being
is your
black.
friend.
I think I've fallen out of love with the concept of going to America
Yeah.
because of all
Yeah.
the rubbish that goes on
I think
in
that's
that country.
I think it's a
The American dream is no longer.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
I
you're
don't
young,
think it
it's a
exists.
fantasy. When you're young, it's a
Yeah.
fantasy because you watch all these movies and whatever. And
Yeah, I mean, but most of what you see comes from America. So because of that, you are now thinking, "Oh yeah, America's the place to be."
But I
But now
don't.
I've kind
But
of
I don't agree with
fallen
women
out of
because
love.
I'm black. Kaloku. Ngifuna uba mhle, ngifuna
Nah,
ukuthi
come
jonga
here,
lokhu.
dog.
Boss.
Even my American gents, they were telling me, Brian, they black gents, they were like, hey, as much as you see in the movies, would you want to come here? Don't come here, bro. This thing that you're seeing on TV is too real of police being like this to people who are black, bro. They were telling, and I was shocked, bro. I thought they were going to hype up America. Even my Mexican friends, and they were telling me, they're like, all right, bro, you don't want to be here, dog. The money is the only good thing about it. But as a place to live, dog, you just want to make your money and get out of here, dog, because it's crazy, dog. And they were telling me straight, and I was like, yo, gents, these gents live there. And I was like, yo, bro, it's child.
Yeah, this is why I think Europe is just that much better. I just feel like
Hey, there they
going to.
stab you, boy. Hey, you playing, son.
I don't know, man. I'll take my chances with Europe, bro, because I don't trust America, though. Because if I'm getting shut down by the ops, then who's gonna protect me? So I'd rather take my
Also, me, I
chances
can't
in
lie, I'd
Europe.
rather buy to Europe, but
Yeah.
hey, they'll stab you there, dog. They'll chef you, as they say. They'll shank you, fun as they say. They don't play.
Yeah, but
God.
I think we can all agree that everyone's opinion is grass is greener other side. Get
yeah,
out of SA as soon as possible.
yeah.
SA is low key shit.
But here's the thing, bro.
Just
We
wait till
come back
some
here to
foreigners start
retire.
to.
We retire here in South Africa. That's the
Yeah,
thing, bro. This will
yeah.
always be home,
I
bro.
will
What's
I buy
always
I will
ring
overseas.
true.
When I'm a
I
fruit
will
man, I
hire
come
to
back,
another
I
country.
relax, bro.
Exactly.
I feel
I'll
like
hire to
what
another
always
country. Where's
rings
my
true when it
family?
comes to this country is this is a great tourist
Something
destination.
beautiful.
It's just not the best place to live.
Beautiful, Joe.
It's a beautiful place to come visit, but not the best place to live in general.
It
Like it's
depends on where you're living also. That's why you need
exactly,
money to live in those
yeah.
places where you can say
You
this is a
need,
good place to live, bruh.
yeah, like
You need
so. It would be
money. That's
better
why
to
you buy stuff.
retire here. It would be better to
Yeah.
retire here rather than,
To live here.
Live here full time.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Well, that was kind of our episode.
Yeah, yo, we've
That
It
was
was
fun.
mad long.
exceeded our normal limit, bro. We are
It was actually
1
low-key
minute.
mad long.
Yeah,
Well
like
done,
one
boys.
an hour 15. We're normally used to an hour, but it was great, man. It was worth it. We got callers in today. It was dope.
That was nah.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video with your people.
Post
Run it up, man.
notification. Press this. That
But
button. The
hit
bell,
the bell
baba.
notification, bro.
Yeah.
Subscribe. You know you love the videos, man. So subscribe to the channel so that you are aware
If you
when
don't
we bring you
subscribe, I'll hack
bangers
your
every
Instagram.
week.
If you don't subscribe, I'll hack
Uncle.
your
Yeah, but thank you so much
If you're not subscribed, you're not gonna make it out of South Africa. So if you want to get out of here, you better subscribe, boy, that's son. Otherwise, you'll stay here, you up until the end, son. I'm telling you now. You better subscribe and like also. Don't just
Yeah,
subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the video, man. Comment. Leave your thoughts, leave your
Yeah.
feelings. Not a lot of people left their thoughts and feelings in the comment section. So comment, would you go? Would you stay? Why would you do either? And where would you go if you were to leave South Africa? How would you do it? Would you do it with multiple people or whatever, man? But like, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Goodbye, take care, and peace. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Danko.
Down.
Danko. Danko.
Come
Danko.
with me.